So now I want to talk about untapped opportunities in this market. Again, from the perspective that anyone who's watching, if they want to go and start a company in alcohol today, where should they do it? Is there still an alcohol category that is untapped, or is there something in the supply chain that's untapped? Do you have anything in mind?
Right. So a lot of ideas and suggestions over here. I think alcohol is a lot about storytelling. It's a lot about marketing. I would like to draw an analogy to the art world, where the art without the context has no market. Same thing, alcohol without a story or context does not have any value to it. So at this point of time in India, there are a lot of untapped stories that people can tap into. Such as, let's talk about the case of Feni. Feni, indigenous spirit from Goa, made using cashews or coconut, has a GI tag associated. That means it can only be made in Goa.
Okay.
Right? So
what's a GI tag?
So basically, like how champagne has to be made in Champagne, France, for it to be called champagne.
Okay.
Tequila has to be made in certain states in Mexico for it to be called a tequila. I cannot make a sparkling wine in Nashik and call it champagne. I have to call it sparkling wine.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So same thing. Feni, even though if I make the same liquid elsewhere, I cannot call it Feni. It has to be made in the state of Goa. So like Feni, and of course the story of Feni, these indigenous spirits can be taken on a global scale, where I look at concepts like Feni being the next tequila at a global stage.
Wow.
Even other liquors such as mahua, which is a traditional indigenous tribal liqueur native to India, made by distillation of the nectar from the mahua flowers, which is distilled in earthen pots. Again, something that is pretty much compare this to like a sake or a soju for India. But these are concepts that have not, or rather stories that are waiting to be told right now.
Interesting.
So when these stories start being told on a global scale, I feel the prominence of India in the culinary world will skyrocket.
But it's not going to be so simple as well, right? Like, from the perspective of an aspiring entrepreneur, how should they go about telling this story, and what moat should they be looking to build?
Right.
What's your moat first of all, and then what moat should they be looking to build?
So for us at Spaceman Spirits Lab, of course, we want to cherry pick all opportunities within the sector. We really value the distribution that we have built with our in-house distribution and the distribution with our investors, Tilaknagar Industries. We have distribution across 28 states in India, more than 20 countries abroad. So for us, pretty much any sort of product, whether it's low volume, something like liqueurs, or whether it is high volume, like the whiskey category, is something that we would like to, build on in the future. However, from an external entrepreneur's lens, who is very new to the field, I think just believing in a story of why a spirit or a liquor or a liqueur or any liquid deserves to exist is the most important part. And what I mean by this is, let's say you're an entrepreneur who's just come back from the US, ex-management consultant.
Your twin.
Believe in the story of saying that there is this indigenous liquor that is made in Assam. It's made using the purple rice of Assam. It's been made for 100 years. And I want to make this international, and I want this liquor to be served in the clubs in Berlin. I want this liquor to be served as a sake bomb ritual in Beverly Hills, right? If you believe that story, and if you believe that that story needs to be told, and you become a part of that story as a brand ambassador, I think that's where the magic will happen for any person trying to enter the liquor industry.
So someone who does not have contacts with distributors or does not have a very storytelling, marketing kind of mindset should not be doing this.
I would say if you don't have a storytelling and marketing mindset, then you should not come here.
Okay.
Distributor contacts, retailers, etc.
बन जाएंगे.
वो बन जाएगा. As long as your product and story is right, everything else will fall behind.
But the moat has to be, in your mind, the story and the culture.
Exactly. Don't do this business to say that, oh, it's cool to have a vodka brand, or I'm going to be the, spotlight at the nightclub if I have a vodka brand. That's not going to work, right? It's a craftsman's business. You have to be an artist, you have to be a craftsman. And then once you get that right, distribution, money, etc. will follow.